Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Whether you're a logistics student geeking out over global trade, or honestly just someone curious about how our world actually works, we've got a great one for you today. We're going to make the invisible visible. We'll be tracking the absolutely incredible, highly orchestrated global journey of what looks like a super boring steel box. It's a journey that touches literally every aspect of modern life, but it happens completely out of sight.
So let's dive right in. Take a second and just look around the room you're in right now. Your laptop, your phone, the shoes in your closet, your TV, your headphones, even that coffee mug sitting on your desk. Have you ever stopped to wonder how they actually made it to your room? Because spoiler alert, they didn't get there by airplane, and their journey sure didn't start on that local delivery truck you saw outside. Almost every single product around you made one uniform, epic journey before reaching your hands.
And this number right here says it all, 90%. All those things traveled inside a simple steel box that quietly moves over 90% of world trade. It's a box so incredibly ordinary that we just completely ignore it, but it single-handedly changed the global economy.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The box that changed everything. 2. Building the perfect box. 3. The epic global journey. 4. Navigating risks at sea. And 5. Powering the global economy. We're going all the way from its historical invention straight into its AI-driven future.
All right, Section 1, the box that changed everything, from slow manual labor to a global revolution.
Let's rewind the clock a bit and look back at the 1950s. Back then, international trade was painfully, and I mean expensively, slow. Imagine this, every single item had to be loaded individually. A sack of coffee, a wooden crate, a heavy barrel. Workers had to manually lift everything. Because of this, ships were stuck in port for days, sometimes even weeks. Cargo got stolen, it got broken, it got lost, and as you can imagine, insurance costs were just through the roof. But then, in 1956, a guy named Malcolm McLean had this brilliantly simple, crazy idea. What if every product just went into the exact same size box? He launched the first modern container ship, creating the standardized box that fits perfectly on ships, trains, and trucks without ever needing to be unpacked. No repacking, no wasted time. He basically kickstarted one of the biggest economic revolutions in history overnight.
Moving on to Section 2, building the perfect box. Anatomy, engineering, and economics.
Let's zoom in on the micro details of how this thing is engineered and figure out who actually owns them all. The absolute most crucial point here is this mind-blowing engineering ratio. An empty container weighs about 2.2 tons, which is pretty heavy, right? But it can safely carry more than 28 tons of cargo. That is an absolute marvel of modern engineering. It's what allows these boxes to haul immensely heavy loads across the most volatile, dangerous oceans on Earth without crumbling.
So how do they pull off that crazy ratio? Looking at their anatomy, well, they're mostly built in China, simply because China manufactures way more of them than any other country. They are made from high-strength, weather-resistant steel, outfitted with marine-grade flooring and coated in anti-corrosion paint to survive the saltwater. But here is the real secret sauce, those reinforced corner castings. Every single crane, truck, train, and ship connects to these exact 4 corners. Because of these super heavy locking mechanisms, you can stack fully loaded containers 8, 10, or even 12 high, like giant metal building blocks.
Now, here's a fun fact you might not expect. Who pays for all this hardware? You'd naturally assume the massive global shipping companies own every container, right? Well, actually, they usually don't. Shipping lines want to avoid dropping billions of dollars to buy millions of containers. So instead, they lease these boxes from major firms. It's just like how airlines lease their aircraft or how you might lease an apartment. This brilliantly turns the container into an asset for leasing companies, generating steady rental income for years.
Okay, Section 3, the epic global journey. Following the box from factory to port. Let's actually trace the path of a shipment step by step to see how this wild system operates in the real world. Before the physical journey even begins, you have to book space on a ship. Say an exporter wants to send textiles overseas. They call up a freight forwarder who books the space weeks in advance. But here's the catch. Shipping rates fluctuate every single day, kind of like buying airline tickets. The pricing is super sensitive to daily fuel costs, weather events, canal delays, seasonal rushes, and yep, even trade wars that shift global demand.
Once that's sorted, the real physical adventure kicks off at the factory with a process the industry calls stuffing. And no, they don't just chuck stuff in there and hope for the best. Cargo planners meticulously calculate weight distribution, fragility, moisture protection, and the center of gravity. Get it wrong, and you could literally destroy millions of dollars of goods when the ship hits rough seas. Once it's perfectly packed, the doors are shut and locked with a numbered customs seal. If that seal is broken at any point, alarm bells ring for theft. Finally, the box is trucked or railed to the port, going through strict driver verification, radiation scanners, and digital tracking. Every single container has an identity.
Which brings us right into the port. And guys, this place is literally a city that never sleeps. Modern ports are just massive, high-tech logistics hubs. You have these giant ship-to-shore cranes that can lift a 30-ton container in under 2 minutes. Below them, automated guided vehicles are silently zipping across the terminals. Stacking cranes organize the containers in what looks like a giant, high-stakes game of 3D Tetris. And overseeing the whole shebang are terminal operating systems that know the exact pinpoint location of every single box. Efficiency is absolutely everything here. A delay of just 1 hour? That can cause a ripple effect across global shipping schedules.
Section 4. Navigating risks at sea. When the system breaks down.
Because look, as perfectly engineered as this whole system is, eventually it has to face the incredibly chaotic reality of the open ocean. If you're studying global trade, there is literally no better example of supply chain fragility than the 2021 blockage of the Suez Canal. We all remember seeing it on the news, right? It perfectly showed what happens when this global machine gets a bottleneck. One single ship blocked a vital artery, and boom, it disrupted billions of dollars in trade, stalled factory lines, and emptied store shelves all over the world.
But canal blockages aside, what else can go wrong out there? Well, a lot, actually. Our container has to survive violent ocean storms that can literally sweep boxes right overboard into the sea. There are port strikes that completely halt the unloading process, massive mechanical failures on the ships themselves, and even cyber attacks that can freeze entire logistics networks. Oh, and yes, in some parts of the world, modern-day piracy is still a very real, very terrifying threat. Because of all this chaos, a captain doesn't just draw a straight line on a map. Route optimization is critical, dodging bad weather, optimizing fuel, and avoiding political hotspots just to survive the trip.
And finally, Section 5, powering the global economy, the final mile and the high-tech future.
So how does the container finally make it to you, and how is this 1950s invention getting a serious 21st century upgrade? Well, after surviving the ocean, it doesn't just magically teleport to a store. First, it hits the customs gateway. A lot of containers get cleared digitally, but others get pulled for physical exams based on smart risk algorithms. Once it clears customs, it heads to an automated warehouse. These places are incredible. We're talking robots, conveyor belts, and smart software processing thousands of items an hour, which keeps inventory costs way down. Then we hit the last mile. The goods are unpacked, sorted, loaded onto those smaller delivery trucks you see in your neighborhood, and brought right to the retailer or dropped directly on your front porch.
But you know what? The story absolutely doesn't end there. This industry never stops evolving. While the basic steel box looks the same on the outside, the future is all about smart containers. We're talking upgraded boxes, outfitted with GPS tracking so you get real-time location pings. They have built-in sensors checking temperature and humidity, door-open alerts to catch thieves in the act, and even shock detection. On top of that, artificial intelligence is stepping in to predict shipping delays before they happen, and blockchain tech is securing all that complex documentation. It's honestly the perfect marriage of a rugged 1950s mechanical design with cutting-edge digital intelligence.
So, what's the big takeaway I want to leave you with today? Simply this: the shipping container isn't just carrying your new shoes or your laptop, it's carrying the entire global economy. Thousands of people and dozens of companies have to work in perfect harmony to complete every single journey. Without this brilliant standardized steel box, modern manufacturing wouldn't function, and the modern life we all enjoy literally wouldn't exist. So, the next time you hit order online, take a second to appreciate the massive, hidden infrastructure that's bringing it right to your door. It really makes you wonder, right? What other invisible systems are running your world right now just waiting to be discovered?